Oh, we are live. Guys, everybody, welcome. Welcome. I'm your guest host for Financial Fitness Friday. My name is Dave Bergio, and with us, as always, from Integrated Business Financing, Mr. Jonathan Federa. Jonathan, how is it going, buddy? How are you, man? Good to see you again, by the way.
Yeah, likewise. I enjoy these, man. These are
Yeah,
fun.
me too, man. I love watching you and Brad get down on here every week, and it's nice for me to jump in and switch it up every once in a while. Throw this nice, beautiful shaved face in here on this awesome Friday. As I'm sure where you're at, it's nice and toasty in Florida, and finally starting to get that way in PA.
Yeah.
So we're getting there. So Jonathan, what do we got today, man? What do we got?
I think we're gonna go over great way to build opportunities, create opportunities, build your business. People don't understand that more than ever, people want face to face. They want to know a guy. They want to be the guy, right? I've built my entire business. I shit you not, off of relationships. Okay, whether it's relationships with clients, relationships with underwriters, relationships with referral partners, and you do that through networking. You know, if you have the right intentions, okay, you're a good person, you live and die by your core values, this is something that can help you grow exponentially. I would actually go out on a limb. I spend about $15,000 a month on marketing, and I still have about 70% of my business is referrals. Think about that for a second. 70% of my business is referrals.
It's amazing.
Yep.
It's like it's the old whisper down the alley. You know a guy, know a guy, know a guy, know a guy. Coming out and shaking hands, and that's awesome, man. And I think a lot of people coming up, especially today with technology, everybody thinks, hey, I'll just take the lazy way out, social media. This is who I am. This is what I am. This is what we do. Looking for likes. Getting that little shot of dopamine from a heart showing up. But what value is that really bringing?
Well, that's what I was just gonna say, man. The biggest thing is when you're building relationships, lead with value, right? Lead with value. Don't be that guy that has his hand out saying, "Hey, Dave, you want to send me some referrals?" No, not really, right? No, the truth, right? So, hey, Dave, how's your program work? Oh, you fix people's credit? Good. I got a lot of people that I can send you, and actually get to know people. Do the right thing, right? Because with you doing that and you leading with value, putting out things like this um, for no good reason other than you just want to help people, that makes people want to reciprocate, right? They get to know you, they get to like you, they get to trust you, all right? And through that, you can build a real relationship and you can reach more people. So always lead with value, number one. Number two, look for people who serve similar or the same markets. Okay. I'm not competing. You guys started business credit. You know what? The first thing I did, because we offer that too, the first thing I did was, Brad, you got to try this, and this. You know what I mean? Yeah. You could, winning and developing relationships is not about, hey, I do well, you guys lose. You guys do well, I lose. No, everybody can win. Okay, you have to have that abundant mindset. After you have that abundant mindset, then it's okay. Well, how can we help each other? Well, this is working for me. What's working for you? Right? You lead with value, and then you see how you can make a greater impact to your collective customer base. And if you can put those things together and network and build those relationships, you'll be able to grow and scale your business a lot faster. Also, if you want to make a jump, right? Let's just say you feel stuck. Everyone's been there. Feel stuck. If you can create enough value, right, that will open up doors for you that, quite frankly, wouldn't have existed if you didn't act that way.
Yeah, we were at this last night, and oh man, one of the funniest stories from a little private thing that one of my friends in business he did that somebody brought up. It was the funniest thing. You want to talk about bringing values? Oh man, this guy literally came in, and I forgot about this, and I was in the corner at the time, like when this happened. But he came in, and he's like, "Hey guys," he just interrupted the whole table. He's like, "I'm so and so. I'm from here. I don't really have time to be here, but I wanted to stop by, say who I am. This is what I do. And he literally started throwing out business cards, like a deck of cards around the table. And he's like, see y'all later. And we just all started cracking up. And we were like, who is that guy? It's like, we're never going to talk to this guy ever again. Who does, like, who's this guy? Right. And that's it. I think he fell off the face of the earth, man. Nobody's ever seen or heard from him ever again. But yeah, that guy, you know, there was no value there. It was just transactional, you know, wanted to get who he was and be gone with it. But something else, like, what's your take on getting that start with just meeting people face to face locally, getting involved with your community? You know, how do you, you know, what's your take on that?
You know, I'll be real with you. I met a couple local guys here since I moved, but I knew them or knew of them or met them through certain groups like Arate, Apex, Lions Den. So that's how I've done that networking. It's actually on my list for next week to go into the local chamber of commerce. But a lot of times what I feel is, yeah, there's networking there, but most of those people, in my opinion, have their hand out, right? That's why they're going there. And like I said, if you're not leading with value, I'm not really interested in working together. Like, I'll give you an example. Somebody cold DM me the other day, and I saw we had like 92 mutual connections. And I'm like, dude, what made you decide to reach out to me today? He goes, oh, you're doing this, this, this. I want to add you to this group. You know, we can do some business together. And like, the pitch sounded well enough where I'm like, all right, I'll schedule a call. Schedule the call. And he goes, yeah, this guy's going to take care of you. So right away, red flags going up. We get on. I look at how he booked, because I give everyone a calendar link so I can get a little bit of background information first.
Right.
And they were just pitching some shitty service. And I canceled the meeting right away. I just messaged him seriously, blocked him, move on. Right? Because there's nothing good going to come out of that. Right? And that is a waste of my time. You know, and I feel like a lot of people today are so inspired to reach out to the masses, okay, and just see what sticks instead of actually drilling down and building a relationship. When you drill down, build a relationship, you're building loyalty, okay, and you're creating a better ecosystem that you're going to be able to serve a lot more people at a much higher level, as opposed to, let me just cold DM or spam the masses and see what sticks.
Yeah.
You know?
You're not going to stay in business long doing that, man. You know,
No.
like, the universe will definitely weed you out from that. And the business universe will, you know, you'll get blacklisted, you know, quick.
Yeah.
Word will get around like, hey, man, watch out for this guy. You know, this is what he's all about. And I feel you, man. Even locally, like up here, there's some places to where it's all transactional and stuff like that. It's like, nah, listen, I want to come out, meet people. What do you do? Like, what are you about? You know, and now it's for me personally, like, when you can kind of weed those people out, man. I've, you know, created not only just business relationships, but awesome friendships, man. You know, all people, hey, how you doing? What are you doing tonight? You want to go grab dinner? You want to go grab a beer? You know, what do you want to do? Let's link up. What are you doing after work? So that's some of the benefits for me that I've seen, like, with some of this stuff. But something else I wanted to ask you too, and it's always, people get weird about this, about, you know, hanging out or networking, so to speak, or befriending people within the same industries. You know, what's your take on that? I think that's crazy thinking, if you ask me.
You know, so I got two things. One, it depends on the person.
Right.
So I have a buddy, Matt, known him for 6 years. We're competitors, like legit. We compete on almost every front. But him and his wife and his kids have been out on my boat. I've known him for a while. We're good friends. We help each other, okay? Because our values align. All right. I know he's a good person. There's other people that I know are just shit people. Our values do not align, especially in the industry I'm in. And I want nothing to do with it. So that is dependent upon the person, right? I have no issue helping people that are in my space. I have an issue if they have bad intentions or don't match my values. Because that's what I stand behind, right? Another really good way to think about certain things is, if you don't want to go to the Chamber of Commerce, or you feel a little weird about, I don't know, reaching out to people. Join a movement or join an organization that you fully get behind, right? So I'm involved with Project KLM, Kids Lives Matter, work to help sex trafficking victims, right? I've met a ton of great people, and I found that because of Arte, right? I've met a ton of great people. I got my district manager out of there, right? No, no shit for the gyms. I got my district manager out of there. I bought into a franchise out of there. I have a business partner out of there, right? Because we all represent the core values, right? We all get down the same way. We all stand behind the same things. It's much easier. Okay. Certain charities, right? When I was in Long Island, we had contractors for kids. I was a member of. So there are ways to meet people, and if it's around a cause, right, that you fully stand behind, that automatically should one give you more of a comfort or better feeling about who you're meeting and who you're working with, and
Mhm.
two, usually people that are doing that are pretty high level. You know what I mean? So that's like a life cheat code. And I didn't do it because of the business connections or anything else. I did it because, man, I believe in this and I want to do it. That was just an added bonus, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's awesome that you say that. I think a lot of people in that come into business too, and something that Brad and I and the rest of the team that we started getting more involved outside of the community, volunteer stuff, nonprofit stuff. We're working on a project with the Valley Youth House locally here right now. These are all a lot of them are kids 18 to 24 that they work, but they're homeless and
Mhm.
they need placement, they need somewhere to live, and they're just getting established. So something that we're working on here, and Brad and I are looking into more working with the homeless throughout the Lehigh Valley, throughout our 3 city area here. And I think a lot of people that come into business, they only think that one sided. Hey man, I'm here to make money, I don't want to bring value. They don't want to put deposits back in. You know what I mean? It's not only just their own business, but what are you contributing outside of that? You know
A
what I
hundred
mean? And
percent. What
yeah,
impact? What impact are
exactly.
you making? You can have all the
Yeah,
money in the world, but you know what? If you're not making an impact,
yeah.
what are you really doing?
Yeah, and like you said, like that's to me, like that will get you that high level stuff. When you're giving back to the community, people are going to remember you more than that than what you've done in your field.
Yep.
So I'm very glad that you touched on that. I think it's a huge thing that companies overlook is doing stuff outside of that.
Yeah.
Like our office complex, we in the next 2 weeks, like they'll have we'll have a bunch of animal shelters come up, cool little event that we have going on. It's like an adoption day, something that we're, doing at the real estate agency next to us. Shout out to Howard Hanna. They're putting together this event, for kids, for everybody else to adopt dogs right on site, dogs and cats on
Oh,
sites.
nice.
Yeah, man. So pretty cool event. And it's just again, man, it's just about doing the right thing, man. Having that moral code and that integrity to do right by everybody.
Yeah, it comes back to you, and honestly, you can sleep way better at night, making an impact, chasing that impact. And I think that's a really good way to network, because most times those are some pretty solid people you're working with,
Yeah.
high level people. So yeah, that's a big part of it. And then the other thing is this, like you have to go above and beyond. You have to have a wow factor with everybody you meet, right? So a lot of that's in the follow up. A lot of it is, how do you handle the people they give you, and how much you communicate, right? And if you're constantly communicating with these people you're building relationships with, and you're going above and beyond, and their clients are coming back and they're like, "Wow, this guy's awesome," thank you. Well, guess what? That makes it easier and easier to continue doing it, So I think when people stop thinking about transactions and they think more about helping and making that impact in life and business, man, the doors open up. It's definitely scalable. It's definitely buildable. And you have to not only, what I'm trying to hammer in right now is teach that to my guys,
Mhm.
because when you start in business, you're like, all right, I want to make $1 million. You make the $1 million, you're like, all right, what's next? How do I grow it? How do I scale? What you don't figure out is it's more about the impact and actually helping and making a difference than a dollar sign. And when people figure that out, that's when they have that explosive growth, right? That's when things, I don't, it's never easy, right? Running a business, never easy, but it gets easier.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to start from the bottom, start somewhere, man. Pay your dues. And I I think the problem like with that today is everything's so instant. Instant online, instant ship to my door, instant gratification. But there's one thing, and I've always explained this to people. If you look back over the course of time in business, if you've read books from Napoleon Hill almost 100 years ago, you know what I mean? What has really changed in business? Nothing.
Oh, tech, technology, but the principles,
Technology
but
has, right?
the
But
principles are the same.
exactly 100%, and
You
that
know,
will never change. And that again, that's another separator. When
yeah,
people come in, they don't have those principles, those guidelines, or create their own core values like within their organization or their culture.
mhm,
And again, they get weeded out, and then they blame everybody else but themselves.
100%. That's usually how that works.
Right? It's crazy.
Yeah. So
So awesome, man. Hey, want to touch anything else? You got one little piece of networking advice to that one person coming out? Like one of the things that I've seen people out there, they want to step out of their comfort zone, man, and take that leap of faith, whether it's sending that message or putting yourself in a group setting of people to get yourself out of your comfort zone. What was that? We'll end on that note. What's one piece of advice that you could give to that new person trying to reach out and touch somebody, so to speak?
you know, you have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? You're
Mhm.
there, or you're going to go there. Right now, you have zero relationships in that circle. If you pick up one or two that develop into something, you won. Guess what? If you fail, which it can happen, or it happens, right? Well, you didn't lose anything, right? You may have learned what not to do,
Right.
okay? Because you didn't have any of those relationships to begin with, And a lot of times, you'll actually get more than you think out of it. I can't stress enough, like these groups I'm in, how much I learn, how much we go back and forth, how many doors open because of them. So that's a key thing. So it is absolutely worth your time, effort, energy, and also, man, be present when you're there, right? And this is something everyone struggles with, myself included. Don't have your head in your phone, taking this call, taking that call. I know it's hard, and I struggle really bad. I've had 5 phone calls since Rudy started this, but try to be present because that's going to help you build those relationships.
Yeah, or like the old elementary dances, boys on one side, girls on the other, and nobody's talking.
Yeah.
It's commonplace, but guys, Jonathan, that was awesome, man. Thank you so much, as always. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm your guest host, Dave Bergio. This is Financial Fitness Friday. You'll catch us every single Friday here at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. Jonathan, take care, buddy. Thank you. As always.
Later, bud.
Yep. Take care, man.
Awesome.